Attention passionate Montreal, Canadiens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal Canadiens fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you're a Canadiens fan, you know how unpredictable and exciting this offseason has been. The Habs are not just sitting back, they're actively exploring ways to strengthen their roster. And let me tell you, the chatter around the NHL circles is buzzing with rumors, potential trades, and strategic moves that could redefine the team's future. Everyone's eyeing Montreal, especially because the team is in a bit of a transition phase, trying to turn potential into results. Core of young stars like Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and Ivan Demidov has fans dreaming of a bright future. But to truly contend, the Canadiens know they need to add more firepower, especially in the top 6 forward group. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about the Canadiens probing the Tampa Bay Lightning's forward, Anthony Cirelli. For those who might not be as familiar, Cirelli is a 26-year-old two-way center, a player who can contribute offensively but also excels defensively. Last season, he put up impressive numbers, racking up 59 points in 80 games, with 27 goals and 22 assists. That sort of production, combined with his two-way game, makes him an enticing target for teams like Montreal that are looking to add a versatile piece to their second line. Now, Cirelli's under an 8-year, $50 million contract, which is quite substantial, but it's also a testament to his value in the league. The Canadiens see him as someone who can seamlessly fit into their system, providing both scoring and shutdown capabilities, which is exactly what they need to elevate their game. But as always, there are complexities involved. Cirelli is signed with Tampa Bay until 2031, and he has a no-trade clause that kicked in on July 1st. This means that he has a say in where he can go, making negotiations a bit more complicated. Still, rumors suggest that Montreal is exploring their options and trying to find ways to make a deal work if the opportunity arises. The Lightning, known for their strategic approach to trades, are not just going to hand him over without a significant return. The Canadiens are aware of this and are prepared to offer other assets to sweeten the deal, whether it's prospects, draft picks, or established players. Now, let's talk about another interesting name that's been floated around: Jordan Kyrou from the St. Louis Blues. Kyrou is a young, dynamic winger with 6 years remaining on his contract, averaging $125 million per year. His speed, skill, and scoring ability make him a prime target for teams looking to boost their top 6 talent. However, the Blues are reportedly asking for a top 6 center in any deal involving Kyrou. That's where things get complicated because Montreal has been seeking a high-end second-line center themselves, which creates a bit of a standoff. The no-trade clause Kyrou has, which activates on July 1st, adds another layer of difficulty to any potential trade. So, while Kyrou's talent is undeniable, the logistics and price tag make it less likely that a deal will happen soon. That being said, the Canadiens aren't just sitting idly by. They're exploring multiple avenues to improve their roster. One such avenue is their interest in Tampa Bay Lightning forward Anthony Cirelli, which we mentioned earlier. But there are other names in the mix, such as Matthew Barzal from the New York Islanders, Ryan O'Reilly from the Nashville Predators, and Mason McTavish from the Anaheim Ducks. Each of these players brings different qualities to the table, and Montreal's management is carefully weighing the trade costs versus the potential benefits. For example, Barzal is a creative playmaker with a lot of upside, but his contract demands and the Islanders' valuation might be a hurdle. O'Reilly, on the other hand, is a proven veteran with Stanley Cup experience, which is exactly what the Canadiens need to add leadership and playoff grit. Now, shifting gears a little, let's address the ongoing rumors about Sidney Crosby and the Montreal Canadiens. This has been a hot topic among fans and analysts alike. There's speculation that Crosby, the legendary Penguins captain, might be interested in exploring new opportunities after 2 decades in Pittsburgh. Some reports suggest that Crosby could be open to a move if the circumstances align, especially considering the Penguins' recent struggles and rebuild phase. Now, naturally, everyone is wondering, could Crosby end up in Montreal? Well, the truth is, according to Tyler Kennedy, a former teammate of Crosby and someone with insight into Crosby's mindset, these rumors are highly unlikely to materialize. Kennedy emphasizes Crosby's loyalty to the Penguins and his deep connection to the city of Pittsburgh, making a trade or a move to another team quite improbable at this stage of his career. Of course, Crosby's impact on the NHL and his legacy as one of the all-time greats is undeniable. Drafted first overall in 2005 by the Penguins, he's been a cornerstone of that franchise for over 20 years. His leadership, skill, and competitive spirit have defined an era of hockey, and fans everywhere respect him deeply. But as we all know, hockey is a business, and sometimes rumors swirl that don't have much grounding in reality. Still, it's fun to imagine what a Crosby-led Canadiens team might look like, especially given the team's young core and the potential for a new chapter. But realistically, the Canadiens are focused on their internal growth, developing their prospects, and making strategic moves that will position them as contenders in the near future. Now, diving into the broader picture of the Canadiens' current season, it's been quite a roller coaster. Last year, the team showed flashes of brilliance, but consistency remained an issue. The young core, led by Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield, demonstrated they can score with the best of them, but defensive lapses and injuries hampered their chances of climbing higher in the standings. This offseason, the team's management has been very clear about their goals. They want to build a balanced roster capable of competing for a playoff spot, and hopefully a deep postseason run. The addition of a top-six forward, especially someone with Sirley's two-way skill set, would be a huge step forward. Furthermore, the Canadiens have been focusing on their draft and development pipelines. Ivan Demidov, the promising Russian winger, is a player to keep an eye on. He's been developing steadily, and if he can take the next step this season, he could become a key piece in their forward core soon. The team's young defenders are also gaining valuable experience, which is vital for building a competitive team that can contend for years to come. The organization's emphasis on nurturing talent through their farm system and scouting network shows their commitment to long-term success. Looking at the bigger picture, the Atlantic Division is shaping up to be fiercely competitive this year. The Tampa Bay Lightning, Boston Bruins, Florida Panthers, and Toronto Maple Leafs are all loaded with talent and have their eyes set on playoff success. The Canadiens, of course, want to carve out their own space in that mix, and that's why these strategic moves are so crucial. The potential acquisition of a player like Sirley or even a younger, high-upside winger like Kyrou could be the difference-maker, helping Montreal bridge the gap between their current roster and true championship contenders. Now, I want to highlight something important for all the fans watching. The NHL trade deadline is always a tense period. Rumors swirl, deals are made, and fan debates heat up on social media. It's a time when every team is trying to find that missing piece to push them over the edge. And for the Canadiens, the stakes are high. They're not just rebuilding, they're aiming to be relevant again, to bring back that playoff magic that has been missing for a few seasons now. Fans are eager, and the organization knows it. Every move they make will be scrutinized, celebrated, or criticized, but it all comes from a desire to see their team succeed and bring back the glory days. As the offseason progresses, keep your eyes peeled for more updates. The Canadiens are not only exploring trades, but also working on their roster and preparing for the upcoming season. Every decision they make will be part of a larger plan to restore the team's competitiveness and to give fans hope for brighter days ahead. And as always, the passion of Montreal Canadiens fans is what fuels this entire process. Your voice, your enthusiasm, your support, it all matters. Because hockey is more than just a game, it's a community, a family, a way of life. And together, we're all part of this incredible journey. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Montreal Canadiens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So to sum it all up, folks, the Canadiens are in an interesting position right now. They're actively seeking to strengthen their roster with strategic trades and smart signings, aiming to turn potential into results. The rumors about Sirley, Kyrou, and other notable names highlight how serious they are about making a splash this offseason. While some deals may be complicated, and some names may be less likely to move, the message is clear. Montreal is all in on building a team that can compete, that can challenge the best, and that can bring back the excitement and pride that the Canadiens have been known for throughout their storied history. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these rumors? Do you think Montreal should go all in for a player like Sirely? Or do you believe they should focus on developing their younger prospects and waiting for the right moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Canadiens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Montreal Canadiens news. The offseason is just heating up, and there's plenty more to discuss as the team prepares for what could be an exciting chapter ahead. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's keep that Montreal Canadiens fire burning bright.